Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rob Sutton and we are back here with another video today, and it is Tech Question Tuesday. And what is the question we are tackling today? It is if expensive TVs are actually worth it. We are going to walk through and take an honest look at my expensive TV habit and see if it was worth it in the long run. So let's get at it. So as I mentioned before, I have an expensive TV habit. It all started way back in the day when I was actually doing post-production video editing in Atlanta. I became obsessed with video and video quality, and that obviously led to trying to get the best TVs I could at the time. So I figured the easiest way to do this is to show you which TVs I actually have and why, and then show you my latest purchase that has actually transformed how I think about TV purchasing and where the current technology of TV is. So let's do it. All right, guys, so what you're looking at behind me is actually the LG C7. It is now replaced, I believe, by the C9. But what you're looking at here is an OLED 4K panel that does Dolby Vision, HDR, just about everything you would actually want in a TV, along with thin bezels and just a beautiful design overall. The picture quality is unbelievable, and it is highly regarded within the industry as probably one of the best OLEDs to buy. And the blacks are completely black, the colors are very vibrant, and when you have on 4K HDR footage like you see behind me, which is actually even Dolby Vision, it is some of the best you can see on a TV. Now, the only problem you do have with this panel is that it is $2,900 for the 65-inch variant. Sometimes you can find it on sale for a little bit less, but that is around what it's going to cost you. Here we are up in the bedroom, and this beautiful thing you see behind me is actually this Samsung F8500 Plasma in a 60-inch variant. For those of you that don't know this TV, it is considered one of the best plasmas ever produced. The blacks are perfect, the colors are very vibrant. Of course, this is a 1080 TV, not a 4K TV, because they did not make plasmas in 4K. But at the time, it was the best picture quality you could buy in a TV. It also had a great design with brushed metal edges and really thin for a plasma TV. Back when we purchased this TV, when we first moved into this house, it was right around $2,300, and we originally had it down in the living room where you see the LG C7 TV right now. So guys, I brought you back up here to the guest room to show you this TV. This is a budget LCD TV made by Olivia. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't even think they're in business anymore. But this was a budget LCD TV back in the day. Now I say budget, it was $699, but in comparison to the TVs that were $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 for plasmas and other LCD panels, this was a good bargain. It came in at 37 inches, and it was a lot easier to move around than the old CRT TVs back in the day. So what did you get out of a budget LCD panel like this back in the day? You got thicker bezels, thicker TV. It was just overall design-wise not nearly on par with like the plasmas from Panasonic and some others. The blacks are almost gray by nature, and there's not as much contrast or brightness like you would expect out of a higher-end TV. So that brings us to my son's game room, and what you are looking at here is a Vizio 55-inch V555G1, an LED, Ultra HD, HDR, Dolby Vision panel, all for the shocking price of $339. So let's put this into perspective. If I were to get this TV in a 65-inch variant like I did with the LG OLED TV in our living room, I could buy 5 of these with some money left over for the price we paid for the LG OLED. So no longer with budget TVs are you looking at TVs that have thicker bezels, thicker design, and poor build quality. Okay guys, now that we've taken a walk around, taken a look at a couple TVs, how much they cost, and what you're gaining and losing, let's have a little bit of real talk here about what happens with TV purchases. First off, it is really easy to see minute differences in a TV store. If you have one panel sitting next to another playing the exact same footage, it is very easy to nitpick and bring out, oh, those darks are a little bit darker, or this panel looks a little bit better, because you're looking at it right next to each other in a controlled environment. 9 times out of 10, once you get home, you would not be able to tell the difference between the two TVs when they are in your environment in your house. So that brings me to my second point, which is an important one, and we talked about previously. The difference between an expensive TV and a budget TV right now is closer than it has ever been. It used to be that your cheaper TVs were at a very subpar quality to your expensive TVs. That's just simply not the case anymore. As technology has progressed, the cheaper panels have gotten to be really good. Third thing to consider here is that the room that your TV in greatly affects viewing performance. So our living room, where I have that LG OLED panel, has a wall of windows that light comes into. So cheaper panels are not going to have the same brightness or contrast and can be dim in really well lit areas. In contrast to say our bedroom, where the light is a lot dimmer, you can get away with less contrast and brightness because the viewing experience is better in a dimly lit room. Fourth, and this is probably the most important, the content that you watch on your TV should drastically affect your TV buying choices. What good is Ultra HD, Dolby Vision, and all of those crazy specs if all you watch is just broadcast TV and sports? This has been true for a very long time. Anything that has been broadcast related, whether it be cable or satellite, is always vastly dragged behind when it comes to technology in comparison to the TVs of the day. I don't know if you actually remember this, but we used to have black bars on the side of content when we were making the transition to widescreen, much like this. So when it comes to broadcast, if you're mainly watching satellite or cable, it really is not going to matter the quality of TV you buy these days, because what you are getting in content-wise doesn't match the specs of the TV. Now, we are seeing Netflix, Amazon, and other streaming service doing 4K HDR content, but keep in mind, even that's compressed. It is not going to be the same quality as something that is directly connected to the TV and not over the internet. So, as an example, satellite only has 3 4K channels. The rest of your content is going to be in 1080, 30 frames a second, except for sports, which go into 720 upscale at 60 frames a second, so it looks smoother in fast-moving objects. And that is the same for cable, satellite, or any other service provider. The only time you're going to get more of that high-quality 4K footage is if you're using the streaming services, or you're watching a DVD or some other directly connected source. So what do I think about buying expensive TVs now? Obviously, I've done that several times over. As of today, I don't see myself spending over $1,500 on a TV. It just doesn't seem worth it. Unless you're going into some really large format, say I need like an 80-inch panel. I don't see the quality difference to justify the price. When I could buy 5 of those Vizios with cash left over for one of my LG OLEDs, it just doesn't make a lot of sense financially anymore. It's just not enough picture quality difference to justify 5 times the cost. So what do you guys think? I'd love to hear down in the comments your thoughts on TVs, current technology, and what you are looking at buying for your next TV. If you have any other Tech Question Tuesday questions you would like answered, please let me know down in the comments as well. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And until then, on to the next one. See you guys.